Have you ever been ordering some food and when you're trying to order the food, you ask for a combination, but then you tell them like maybe I don't want the drink or I don't want the fries, and they get like an attitude with you like, okay, well you don't want the combo then, you just want the sandwich or you just want the whatever you want. You don't want the combo because if you ask for the combo, you have to get everything, and they kind of get an attitude with you, But this is actually the exact same thing with God. When we want a relationship with God, this is a combo. It's a combo basket. You can't take out the drink. You can't take out the fries. If you want to take one of these things off, you don't want God. And when you get God, there's a combination of things that you get. One of them, and the most beautiful thing that you get is grace. And grace is how our relationship starts with God because it's not deserved. And the definition for grace right here for the Christian belief of grace is the free, unmerited favor of God as manifested in the salvation of sinners and the bestowal of blessings, a divinely given talent or blessing. So grace is something that is not deserved and it's completely unmerited. So there's nothing that you do to earn grace, not even faith, because faith is also a gift. It is a gift from God, and this is why we have no reason to boast. Now, in Ephesians 2:8, we're told, "For by grace you have been saved through faith, and it is not of yourselves. It is a gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast." So this last portion in verse 9 that says, "So that no one can boast," is a very important thing. So you will know you're falling off track of the fundamental beliefs of grace when you find anything to boast in. If you have one thing to boast in, you know you're falling off track from this verse. If you think you mustered up your own faith, that would be a reason to boast, because there's other people that do not have faith, and you could just simply look at them and be like, oh, well, you should have faith like I have faith. That shows you're falling off track of understanding what grace is. If it wasn't for God giving you your faith, you would not have it. So we have to understand this. But we also understand that there will be works with it. Now it says we are not saved by works. That does not mean that there will not be works. In James 2, we are told that faith without works is a dead faith. It's a faith that will not save. So, of course, we're not saved by the works. We're saved by the faith, but it's like that combo basket. Once you buy that basket, it's coming with the fries. It's coming with the drink. Once you have faith, it's going to come with the works. You were already saved before you did any of the works. Just like you've already ordered the basket, even though you've already got the fries and the burger, you're still going to get that drink. Even though you might get that drink later, you've already paid for that. Right when you have that grace and that faith, you've already got the works coming. They're coming. But that is not what saved you. So a good analogy of this is, say that you are standing in the middle of a road and you're facing one way, and somebody yells out to you that there's a truck coming. If you believe, if you have faith that the truck is coming, you're getting out of that street. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So the fact that you know that the truck is coming is going to manifest the work of you running out of the street. But when you get out the street, you're not going to sit there and say, oh, I saved myself. Man, good job, me. No, you're going to look to that person who told you to get out the street, and you're going to look at them and you're going to thank them. You're going to say, you're the one that saved me. It wasn't your work that saved you, because your work wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the message that came to you. And the message that comes to us that saves us and that produces the work in us is what saves us. And that message is the message of Christ and the work of Christ. So it was the work of that person who told you that the truck is coming that really saved you and produced the work that was in you. And it's the same thing with God. We have to remember that we always look to God because He is the one who originally gave us the message. Of course, you can thank the person who gives you the gospel, but you have to remember that this is a chain that came down. He was saved by somebody, and they were saved by somebody. And it's the original message, and it's the original work of Jesus Christ who saves us. This is always where our thanks is due, and it's to the grace of God. We have to remember that we are in time. God is outside of time. So when we look at one person who we don't believe is saved right now, we have no idea in the future if they will be saved. We have no idea if they will come to faith, if God will bring them to faith. And then, most importantly, we have to remember we are not the moral judge of God. We can't ask God, oh, why are some people saved and some people aren't saved? First off, remember, we don't know who's going to be saved in the future. We don't know what kind of work is going to happen with them. And also, we have no right to judge God, because what is grace? It's unmerited. That means we do nothing to earn. That means grace is not deserved. That means nobody deserves to be saved. That means every single person deserves hell. So understanding that and having a true understanding of that, we understand that for God to allow one person to go to heaven is unspeakable grace. So even one person going to heaven is unspeakable grace. There will be people in heaven. So that's all we need to know. Everything else, we have to leave it up to God, because He knows things that we don't know. The Bible tells us our thinking compared to His thinking is as far as the heavens are from the earth. So there's things that we simply don't understand. This is a complex world. Our bodies are complex. Our minds are complex. We always find out new information that makes us rethink what we thought we knew. We do not have the wisdom to judge God, especially not morally. Understanding that no one deserves salvation, we can just rest assured that if one person is saved, then God is merciful. But we also want to know that there will be justice taken. There are some people who will be in hell. We know this, and that is God showing His justice along with His mercy. See, God has no choice but to be Himself. There are people who believe God can do anything, and that's not true. The Bible tells us about things God cannot do. So there are things that have to be the way they are and show both sides of His character, and that is the justice and the mercy. So justice is, some people have to go to hell. So His mercy, He doesn't have to show. But mercy, as I said, is something that's undeserved. And He is a merciful God. So He will show His mercy of His character. So we can rest assured knowing that God is good. He's the definition of good. We cannot take our limited understanding of what goodness is and try to place it on God, because He is the judge. His standard is the standard that we should try to follow and be more like. So understanding this, we are not the moral judge of God, but on the contrary, He is the moral judge of us. We all deserve hell, but there will be people in heaven. If God has given you the faith to believe in Him, and we have nothing but thanks to give, and we also have a mission to do, and that is to spread the word, because God uses vessels to spread His word. If you're worried about other people, then you go out and you spread the gospel and let God work as He sees fit. Something to think about.
Faith alone, grace alone, Christ alone, the way, the truth, the life. The lights is on. When I'm gone, don't cry, I'm home. Bye, shalom. Faith alone, grace alone, Christ alone, the way, the truth, the life. Jesus. The lights is on. When I'm gone, don't cry, I'm home. Hey, bye, shalom. Faith